To start with, I was looking for something to invest money in real estate, and I just didn't know what sort of course I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something. And I just happened to have a look at the bulletin one day when I was over town having a coffee, and there was a half-page ad of Dymphna's there about I Love Real Estate, and there was a photo of Dymphna there. I just felt really connected with what she was going to teach and her herself. Could just tell she just had beautiful energy, and I went home and rang up and booked in, and that was about 3 weeks to when the course was going to, the one day in Townsville was going to be on. So I moved clients around and went to Townsville, and then I joined up to Quantum. We went to Dymphna's first boot camp in Sydney, I think it was, in around the April-May. Spoke with a financial advisor, and he sort of suggested that Robyn and I went in joint venture because I had the cash and he had the good income. So we started off doing that. We bought a house in Mackay, 1 bathroom, 3 bedroom, turned it into a 2 bathroom, 4 bedroom, and it was very positive. And then in December I signed up for a duplex, and had in the agreement that one side could be renovated because it was empty by the time the deal was completed, and then the other side became vacant, so I did that side up, and now James and I, my youngest boy and I, are doing a deal each in Charters Towers. I went in joint venture with him to help him get started. Just a block of land, moved a house onto it, and it's just completed now, and there's great equity in that house. And without Dymphna's training, we would have never ever been where we are. And you know, the first deal paid for our training with Dymphna, the profit we made out of it.
Well, yeah, I went to Dymphna's one day at the start of this year, so start of 2013. I was totally blown away. I'd never ever heard anything similar to it in my whole life, and from then on I didn't have a lot at all then at that time, so I went back and I saved, for me it was a lot of money in about 8 months, and then I had enough money to go into joint venture with Mum, and I started there, and I've recently done a fast profits and a boot camp, and from there now we've probably looking at finishing 4 deals within a matter of 6 months since we've started with Dymphna at the end of this year.
I'm a massage therapist, and when I first started, it was like I was always home, and they always knew that they could, if they had a problem, they could come to me 7 days a week. And that was one big thing I found, that was to say no to people because I wasn't there. Robert, my eldest boy, he actually lost his job because of what was happening with the real estate, but it was probably the best thing that he ever done. You know, he subcontracts now, and he's got 4 contractors that just chase him for work, where before he was just on a roster. And his income's probably doubled through what's happened with his job. But yeah, it's true, you end up in a different circle of people. You're in a group of people that's like-minded like you, love to share, and it really inspires you. You know, you go home all fired up, and it's great, you know.
I think with the confidence sort of thing, yeah, you have to be confident in what you're doing, but I still think you can be too overconfident and get yourself into deals that you don't want to be into. So, but it is important to be confident within yourself with what you do, because when you're doing deals, if someone sees you inconfident, they will take advantage of you. That's just how the world operates. I see, well, my goal is to replace my income within 2 years, and I'm well on the way to do that, which should be under 2 years of done that, and I'll just keep building on it from there. I'll just keep setting my goals and keep working towards them. I don't know how to. Yeah, it's the words can't describe how I feel anyway, of how it's changed for me. I was sort of to the point where I was looking for something else to do. I was getting bored with what I was doing, and I was looking forward to moving forward. And when I found this, it really gives you that little bit of go, and it's another goal for you to go at.
When I first mentioned to James about, I could tell that he was bored with what he was doing. He's flying. He hasn't been flying long, but it's a very stressful job, and he's very good at what he does. And when I mentioned to him about doing a joint venture, he was just a changed child. So, it was great. And for myself, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just feel different because you know that you just don't have to solely rely on your massage. And like, massage wasn't going to be giving me enough income to retire. It's, you can love what you do, but it's the money at the end of the day that's going to get you to where you need to be. And as I said, I was not going to retire just being a massage therapist. It's got a cap on it. You can only do a certain amount of people a day. You can only work a certain amount of days in a year. So, it's just given me another life to realise that, that I'm going to have money there at the end. Well, in Townsville in February, when we went back to, I took James and Tegan to one of Dymphna's courses. I think there was 8 of my clients there, and 5 of them, and there was couples. They all joined up to Dymphna's program. So everyone, they ask me, or when they ring up and book an appointment, I might say I'm away, and then they'll say, when I go back and they've made another appointment, they'll say, oh, where were you? And of course, all I yap about is Dymphna.
With me at the start, when I first started doing it, I wasn't telling anyone, to tell you the truth, because from where I was from, I was worried about what people would think, which is a thing of mine that I'm overcoming. But now it doesn't worry, because I know how good it is and know what you can achieve in such a short amount of time like we have. I highly recommend it to anyone, and let them know what I'm doing and how good it is.